Hi, my name is Jay Darnell. This is my second persuasive speech on why I feel that genetically modified foods should be labeled. Premature death, severe kidney and liver damage. This is just a few of the side effects that were conducted on an independent study research project. As you can see behind me, these are some of the animals that were fed a GMO-based diet, and these are the outcomes that happen to these animals. Even though FDA and Monsanto say that they are safe and shouldn't be required to label, I feel that we should know what we are eating. Because why has there never been any human testing done on genetically engineered foods? If they are considered safe, why does independent studies say otherwise? And why does Monsanto want to hide them from the consumer? FDA and Monsanto say that they are safe and should not be required to label. They claim that genetically engineered food pose no risk to the environmental health. By labeling it, it would just scare off the consumers. But supporters of the labeling bill law points out that there is unknown dangers to human and environmental health due to manipulation of genetic makeup of crops and soybeans. And this is a concern to all living things. This info can be found at rt.com. Another example that shows FDA and Monsanto say that they are safe and should not be required to label is at fda.gov. This website states that it is Monsanto's responsibility to ensure that the food is safe, wholesome, and in compliance with all legal and regulatory compliances. The problem with this theory is FDA has never tested whether GMO foods are safe. They allow Monsanto to pick and choose what information is documented and what tests are being conducted. Even though FDA and Monsanto say that they are safe and should not be required to label, I feel that we should know if we are eating genetically engineered foods. Because if they consider it safe, why does independent studies say differently? Naturalnews.com says, this we can say for sure. Animal studies have shown organ damage, gastrointestinal issues, immune disorders, and birth defects. Since GMOs were introduced in '96, American chronic illnesses have jumped from 7% to 13% in just 9 years. Food allergies have skyrocketed, and digestion problems are on the rise. This can be found at responsibletechnology.org. Although there is no research to confirm GMOs are safe for human consumption, doctors have been pushing patients to go GMO-free food in their diets. The most important reason I feel that we should know what we are eating is genetically modified foods is because why does Monsanto want to hide GMOs from the consumer? Major leading supporters of GMOs feel that by labeling genetically modified foods, that it would drive up the food costs of foods. Playing on the consumer's fear of higher food costs is a good strategy, says Salon.com. ChristianCooks.com says that it is untrue. GMOs would be just listed right along with sugar, salt, and other ingredients, so there would be much of a price increase. This would allow consumers to make the choice of what ingredients they want to have and what they want to avoid. I really don't think that we would be putting skulls or crossbones in the list of ingredients to scare off consumers. They also feel that labeling would confuse customers by implying that there is a risk by eating their foods, which Monsanto says this is a non-existent. Many consumers already buy foods with ingredients that they don't understand or they don't know what it is. So you can see that although FDA and Monsanto say that they are safe and should be required to label, I feel that we should know if we are eating genetically modified foods for 3 main reasons. First is why has there never been any human testing on GMOs whether they are safe for human consumption? Secondly, why does independent studies say differently? But most importantly, why does Monsanto want to hide GMOs for the consumer? If genetically modified foods are so safe, they say the genetically modified foods from Monsanto and biotech agencies would not be spending millions of dollars to hide GMOs from the consumer. Consumers need to be given a choice, the facts, so that they can inform decisions on what goes into their bodies and not Monsanto. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to my speech.